go back to the 21st of October. They've won just 2 games, one against Sheffield Wednesday and the other a 1-0 win away at Cardiff. Apart from that, it's been a lot of losses and 3 draws. It's not been a great record, a great start to life back in the Championship for Wayne Rooney.
Who saw that coming?
Well, not many people. I mean, obviously Gary Cook and the owners of Birmingham City didn't. They thought that it would be good to bring him in for a long-term project, and it is going to be a long-term project. And sometimes we do get a little bit maybe hasty in our way that we judge. I mean, going back to the early part of the season, Andoni Iraola's results probably looked a bit similar to the way that Wayne Rooney has started. Look how he's managed to turn it around. It takes a little while, doesn't it, to get your methods working? When we had the reaction initially to sacking John Eustace, there was quite a few Birmingham supporters who said it's harsh about the way they've gone about it, but we weren't great. I mean, we've had a couple of good results, but we haven't been playing great swashbuckling football, and the owners wanted to move in a different direction. They brought in Wayne Rooney, and not just for Christmas, they've done it with a plan. Will it take some time for that plan to germinate?
Well, let's see how that plan comes to fruition. I mean, you can say what you want about the style of football. They were 6th in the table, which is a remarkable effort from John Eustace when you look at Birmingham's recent history and all their off-field problems. They wanted to change the style of play. If you remember, there was that strange open letter to supporters that we read out from the chief executive, Gary Cook, where he said that maybe, or hinted that maybe the previous manager wasn't aligned with the board. Well,
aligned with their sporting philosophy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wasn't that the phrase that they used over and over again? It was always aligned with the owners.
Clearly their sporting philosophy is more focused on avoiding relegation now than it is about trying to get promotion from the Championship. I'm just not sure what Wayne Rooney's CV is. People say he did a good job at Derby County in trying circumstances. I'd actually put a lot of that down to his number 2, Liam Rossini, who's gone on to do a very good job as a number 1 at Hull City, just outside the playoffs on goal difference as we sit here now. They still have players earning big money in that division, still didn't win many matches. He's gone to America, as we heard from our American football expert at the time he got the Birmingham job. He didn't particularly cover himself in glory in the MLS. So apart from being an iconic former player, what credentials has Wayne Rooney got to be the manager of Birmingham City ahead of John Eustace? I don't get it.
Well, listen, it's up to the owners to decide who runs the footballing operation of the club, and they decide that they want Wayne Rooney to do it. There's a reason behind it, and
it's autograph hunting.
Well, maybe it's branding, yeah. Maybe it's because they believe... Listen, if you speak to Wayne Rooney, you'll learn very quickly that he's very thoughtful about football. He's got great ideas tactically, and he can articulate them very well. It's maybe that he's with a group of players that can't carry out his instructions.
Therefore, it's a bad appointment. Surely you appoint a manager moulded to your playing squad.
Not if they're not aligned to the board's ideas and ambitions, Alex, of course. But
I didn't get it at the time. I don't get it now, and he's not done much to prove me wrong.
But aren't you maybe guilty of just recency bias here? You're just looking at what's happened over the early part of his tenure. You never know what happens. You can discard someone too quickly, can't you?
24 wins from 85 games at Derby, 14 wins from 53 at DC United, 2 from 13 at Birmingham.
15% win ratio. Yeah, we know the figures, but you're talking about a short window of time at Birmingham, aren't you?
But that's his overall managerial CV, so it's not recency bias. And it was an unnecessary change that they made. That's the point.
Not for them, though.
Well, we'll see. Let's see where they end up at the end of the season.
Well, we will see. They're 19th at this moment in time. The producer was asking me earlier on, why do you not think that the England generation, the golden generation, have been good managers? Steven Gerrard won a title in Scotland.
Can't win a raffle in Saudi Arabia.
Frank Lampard built a team that won the Champions League.
Nearly took Everton down.
He's just being Mr. Obliterator.
I'm just speaking facts.
You just had a go at Frank Lampard and Steven Gerrard. What have they ever done
I had
to
a
you?
go at Steven Gerrard when he was manager of Aston Villa. And look how their fortunes have transformed. And is it right that 9 of the 11 that started their win against Arsenal were there under Steven Gerrard?
Okay, but people develop at different times. Emery's had a long time as a coach. He's had a whole career developing in Spain. It hasn't always gone according to plan for him, like it didn't go according to plan for Iraola earlier in the season. But he's built slowly but surely, and he's been given the room to turn his team around. People learn at different rates. You don't always, just because you failed at one job doesn't mean you're a failure forever. Look how well he did at Rangers. Look how well Frank Lampard did in building that Chelsea team with no transfer window.
Great.
Yeah, right.
Well done.
There you go. Wayne Rooney may well end up turning out to be a very good manager. You're just far too dismissive. You just can't wait to obliterate people.
No, but you agreed with me at the time. We were both on air together.
I said we didn't
understand the change.
And actually, what I actually disagree with was the manner in which it was dealt with. I thought that was a little bit strange.
On AM, on DAB, via the TalkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. TalkSPORT.